Shiba Inu never experienced this before. Some insane events are underway. There was a wiping out of about $2 billion US. Still, none of anybody appears to really care. The Shiba Inu squad verifies that we are into the next phase. The phase may be causing millionaires in a few days. Only if you act quickly, however. Right now, sleeping is rather costly. Still, what exactly am I talking about? Allow me to clarify, then. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more Shib news, be sure to click the like button. With Shiba Inu lately, something rather surprising occurred. Shiba Inu's volatility has decreased to nearly nil for a coin famed for its violent swings and erratic market activity. You heard correctly, yes. The asset has essentially flatlined and been trading in a somewhat limited range. Built a reputation for great energy price movement, big profits, and sometimes losses, this is the same Shiba Inu that may be found in few hours. Many of members of the Shiba Inu Society joined especially for that excitement. Any minute, the cost may increase with great probability, something you seldom find with other major cryptocurrency initiatives. Even with its large market capitalization, Shiba Inu has been able to pull off impressive swings. Most other currencies just cannot do. It is strange for it to abruptly silence like this with virtually any price motion at all. This type of occurrence begs several issues about the actual operations behind the scenes. Community members are naturally stunned. While others are just perplexed, others find the silence uncomfortable and wonder whether this is the quiet before a storm. Is this a passing dip? Alternatively, is Shiba Inu about starting a new phase? This is an odd situation that has left everyone somewhat on edge and very interested about what may happen next. Shiba Inu have been steadily declining the last several weeks, but with this increased stability, it seems the fierce selling pressure has at last begun to relax. Shiba Inu is maintaining its ground right now, thus that price stability might provide bulls the ideal opportunity to retreat. Shiba Inu has breathing space for a possible turnaround if negative momentum cools down. Should Shiba Inu be able to maintain this degree of support, there is even a possibility for a breakout should the mood of meme tokens start to change. Still, it doesn't address the main concern, even with these elements lining up. Why is Shiba Inu quite consistently steady right now? This degree of serenity surprises everyone and begs questions about if more is going on behind the scenes. For Shiba Inu, this is an unusual occasion that has left many wondering and even somewhat afraid of what could transpire next. What then is going on? This is the response, then. Not only is Shiba Inu exhibiting this unusual steadiness, we are seeing this all throughout the larger cryptocurrency market. For example, open interest in Bitcoin has slumped by a staggering $2 billion, a significant reverse direction. The extreme drop in open interest indicates that many traders closing long and short positions are doing so probably attempting to prevent any shocks connected to election outcomes. And honestly, given the great uncertainty in the air, it's really a wise action. For Shiba Inu, this measured approach creates even more logic. Therefore, even if this stillness may seem odd, for many people, it is a calculated stop as everyone gets ready for whatever the outcome of the elections might bring. What therefore ought we to expect? Lucy, a Shiba Inu team member, has made a fascinating forecast. Her message has drawn a lot of interest for obvious reason. For some time now, the notion of a forthcoming bull run has generated buzz within the crypto community. People have been guessing, waiting for any indication of a turnabout, and hearing from a Shiba Inu expert just fuels their hope. Lucy's belief in a possible bull run is comforting, and it gives the society hope as everyone expects to see how these significant events will turn out. But just what would this bull run look like? Lucy certainly has ideas about it as well. She continues in her tweet, first expecting Bitcoin supremacy to lead to an altcoin bull run. I plan to stockpile known tokens such Leash, Bone, and Shiba. And yet, this perspective appears reasonable. In bull runs, usually Bitcoin leads, Then, as enthusiasm permeates the market, altcoins follow. Emphasizing well-known coins like Shiba, Bone, and Leash, she's clearly looking for initiatives with strong communities and some degree of staying power. Lucy also contributes a little bit of her own approach. I personally don't really worry about the present pricing. The firm is mostly composed of Shiba Inu. Change might be brief. I also only want to invest $100 on new meme tokens, hence I don't really trust them either. Just consider how many currencies have been released just to disappear fast. Remain clever and sensible. Trust your own intuition. She is advising everyone to be careful, particularly with regard to more recent, dubious coins. Her method emphasizes a way to strike a balance between hope and pragmatism. That's wise guidance. Staying cautious of high-risk coins that could only be available momentarily, keep your attention on ongoing initiatives. Her observations encourage us all to be thoughtful, discriminating, and rely on our own intuition as we negotiate these possible shifts in the market, especially in such an erratic period. Lucy even tweeted recently expressing similar confidence, stating only the strongest would survive, not by running away from the storms, but by standing tall through them. Remember, God will test you before bestowing benefits. Her comments remind the community that, particularly in turbulent times like these, resilience pays dividends. All of this generates a genuine enthusiasm and confidence. Our side has experience demonstrating that these disorders generally accompany significant upward movements. Lucy's viewpoint lends some comfort. All these elements seem to be in line: the moment, the resilience, even the expectation of the community on a change in the economy. This reminds us to be strong and concentrated even in the middle of uncertainty, as the benefits might be just around here. Let's, however, cut right through the words and conjecture. These basic numbers provide a really hopeful picture. The mining sector for Bitcoin is under major strain right now. When including non-cash expenses like depreciation and stock-based compensation, CoinShares analyst James Butterfill estimates that the average cost to mine a single Bitcoin has touched a shockingly $96,100 for publicly listed miners. Producing a Bitcoin is thus presently around $30,000 more costly than it is selling for. What implication does this have for us? At present rates, mining is essentially rather unprofitable. Miners have two options these days. Either the price of Bitcoin must increase to a point where mining is once again lucrative, at least break even. Alternatively, miners will be compelled to give off mining completely. And that would be disastrous as, should miners go out of business, the Bitcoin network itself will suffer, maybe causing a total system collapse wherein Bitcoin collapses to zero and almost ceases to function. Still, that kind of apocalypse scenario is very improbable, and here is the justification as well. The likelihood of Bitcoin falling to zero is virtually ridiculous given the recent approval of Bitcoin ETFs and financial behemoths like BlackRock drawing billions into the cryptocurrency. There is not a retreat among miners. Actually, despite these high costs of production and the growing difficulties of mining, reports indicate they are continuing building their infrastructure. All of this suggests one way, that of an increased price trend. If miners didn't hope for a turnaround, they would stop investing. The pressure on production costs, combined with miners' continuous dedication, clearly points to a price hike, not just feasible, but also probably in the future. And right now, you should all recall Shiba Inu's sensitivity to any Bitcoin fluctuation. Like it quadrupled in cost in a few days back in March, we so seem to have some rather fascinating times ahead. On that, however, what is your view? Let the comments reflect your ideas. The date is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. To see our most recent material, share it and subscribe to the channel.